voted out at the last tribal council.
Alright, everyone, also, can I take that back? Don't need that. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Alright, this is not up for grabs this week. Everybody drop your buffs. You've made it to the merge.
Wait, Grace, do we still get to keep these?
Yeah, you can keep them.
Awesome.
Alright, so you guys are all merged. That means
You are no longer playing in the tribes format. You will be playing for individual immunity today and from here on out. And now, if you're voted out, you have made it onto the jury. Just grab a buff, take it, and this is what you do.
Oh my god.
Red.
Oh my gosh, the red!
Orange! I'm so nervous now.
My eyes tripping me out. If y'all need help tying your bandanas, let me know. Yeah, that would be really bad.
Alright guys, so today for your first challenge as individuals, we will be playing a version of Amazing Race. This is going to take you all across campus. I hope you're ready to do some cardio.
Let's go!
I will show you a clue here.
From there, you will run to the location that you think the clue is leading to. At that location, there will be a task that you have to perform. Until you perform that, you can't get the clue. Once you perform the task, this is very important. The production member we have there has to mark your hand. That way I know you've done all the tasks by the time you've reached me. If you do not have a mark on your hand by the time you reach me, even if you're the first person, you're disqualified because I don't know that you did everything. So each task is clearly written out with what you have to do. A production member has to sign off on it. They'll show you a clue, the next part of campus you need to run to that has your next task waiting for you. First person to meet me at the end location wins immunity and is safe from the first tribal council. Survivors ready? And go! Jacob, coming in. Hey Jacob, let's see. You got all the marks? 1, 2, 3, 4. Jacob wins individual immunity and is safe from tribal council. Dang Jacob, no one was even trailing you.
Jonathan, let's finish up the last challenge. I think the freshmen are going to have a hard time finding this place.
Alright, Jacob, come and get it.
Woo!
Jacob won today. There you go. Alright, and Jacob, real quick, before you go back and talk with anyone or anything, we actually have one twist to end the night. What would a merge be without any fun?
Okay.
So Jacob, without consulting to anyone else, tonight you will have the power to be a friend or a foe to someone. Exile Island is back for this week, and you get to choose who you're sending to Exile Island. And this must be yours and yours alone, your only choice.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll give you a minute or so to think about it, and then you gotta tell me who is being sent to Exile Island. Now reminder, they are sent to Exile Island, they are safe through the vote. So you're giving them immunity, but you are also taking their power of voting away from them.
Let me get a good look at everybody.
Did you forget what we looked like?
And if you need to know anyone's name from the other tribe or someone's name, I can tell you.
Okay, I know the names, that's not the problem. I'll send... Sarah.
Alright, Sarah is headed to Exile Island. That means, Sarah, you are safe this week, but you can talk to no one about Survivor. No one can contact her. We will see you after next week's Tribal Council. Congrats, you have made it through the merge. Everyone else, I will see you at Tribal Council. The game's just getting going, so have a good week.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Haha, you see this buff? You see this blue buff right here? That represented Feely? Ha! Discard that because now we're orange because we made it to the merge. And I'm honestly so happy that it finally came.
I just wanted to make sure I got to the merge. I feel like once I'm part of the jury, I'm
I'm sort of playing on house money, and gosh, I'm so excited.
I think it's neat that it's 5 SOA and 5 Feely, and then 5 female and 5 males. We've even established it last night. We think the 3 strongest guys and the 3 weakest females got voted out. So it's kind of nice to play with everybody that's all in the middle. We have a better chance of winning because it's, I don't want to say it's even, but it's a lot nicer knowing that all the weaker people are out and all the strong people are out, so we've got everybody left in the middle.
My biggest thing is I don't want to come out as too big of a threat and then people conspire against me, because like with the challenge, like I did win the challenge and I don't want to like come out as a big threat as someone who's going to win challenges, but also I don't want to like lose challenges. So we'll see. I'll have to play my cards right. If I think I'm not going to have like a good opportunity to win a challenge, I think I'm just going to have to like low-key throw the challenge so I don't look like I'm as good at stuff.
I was not necessarily surprised that he won. I'm a little sad. I wish Jonathan would have won, but it's okay.
Jacob chooses Sarah, I think in an attempt to make it a 5-4 tribal split, which is interesting to me. That tells me about Jacob that at least one of the things on his mind is trying to vote with the 5 people on his tribe.
I wish it would have been like the last person back went on Exile or something, because Cassandra would have been gone.
Sarah got sent to Exile Island, and I don't really know how that's going to affect the game. She's my closest ally, for sure, and I feel like everybody knows that. So in a way, I feel like I'm probably going to be targeted, maybe? I have to choose on my own, like, what to do. Usually, I always call Sarah, and I'm like, what do I do? Like, what should we do? Because I know she's gonna vote with me. Like, whatever I vote for, she's voting for. Like, I know that.
Now that Sarah's gone, we really have to rely on our, because I, very much anticipate Feely tribe voting together, because, that's the smartest thing for them to do.
Moving forward, obviously I trust Jacob. We're the only 2 guys from our original tribe to survive both the first 2 tribal councils, and we just made a really solid alliance over the last few weeks, and I feel like going to the end with Jacob and Cassandra would be a good decision for me, because we all 3 have really stuck to each other so far, especially Cassandra, because me and Cassandra had made an alliance from day 1, so I really trust both of them, but at the same time, I trust everybody on my tribe, and I really trust Meredith, and I kind of trust Leah as well. I'm a little bit worried Leah might flip, especially if she talks to those other guys.
Going forward into the merge, I think the people I trust the most are the people in my tribe, just because I know that the SOA tribe has their own alliances. Like, yes, they may be coming in wanting to make alliances with us, but overall, everyone's gonna have the people that they trust already, and we have the people that we trust already. Especially, I trust Dave. I probably trust Dave the most, and then Jacob and Meredith after that. Leah, I know she'll probably stick with us for a while, but I am worried about just later on. But for now, I think I can trust everyone on my tribe.
It's going to be interesting to see who sticks together, but ultimately, I think for right now, especially the first vote, we're going to stay, it's going to be tribal lines all the way, and we're just going to see kind of how it plays out. But yeah, I think moving forward, I definitely, at least for this vote, I'm trusting the original Feely, 5 original Feely, just because they haven't done anything, they haven't betrayed me yet, so why not stick with it, I think we're kind of all on the same page, so I think it'd be nice to move forward with us 5, and then if it gets down to it, we'll bring in a SOA member or 2, and create a new 5.
What am I planning on doing this week? Flipping on my tribe. So I really don't like the Cassandra Dave Jacob alliance at all, and I low-key don't trust Meredith at all, so I'm not really attached to my tribe, which oh my gosh, we had a meeting today, and it literally was just a roast session of, if any of you flip, you're stupid.
And it's smart on our level not to flip on ourselves just because we have the power of majority.
Because if we vote one of us out, we're screwed for the rest
Exactly.
of the
And it's we don't want to set that position up for any of us, because even if it's ooh, get rid of someone in our tribe, that puts the rest of us in a bad position.
Who?
Jacob won the challenge, and then they said he has to vote someone onto Exile Island. And I saw him eyeballing me and Jonathan, and I was just like, I knew he was gonna pick me.
Okay, I didn't have much time to think about it, but my thought process was, if I send her home, she doesn't have Sarah with her anymore, I can get Kayla to come with me, and that way when Sarah comes back, Sarah will also be with me. And I didn't want to split up the guys, but I wanted to work with the guys, because I thought the guys were all together. Just from like what little knowledge I had. That's what I was thinking, and like a split-second decision, that's what I did.
So Jacob was looking at Jonathan and I have a feeling that he thinks us two are kind of leading the tribe, which I'd like to say it's more Jonathan and Will, and I would like for it to be me, but I also don't want a super big target on my back. So there's like two scenarios. It's either the Feely tribe was planning to vote me out first, and he put me on exile so that I couldn't get voted out, or it's that he didn't want to work with me, saw me as a big threat, and voted me there to put me at a disadvantage social game wise.
Whenever we were at dinner, whenever we were like together, we were just kind of discussing like where the idol was, or the hint that Nora got that he gave to them. It would just not make sense for it to be the same idol that we were looking at, or that Luke found.
I've got a clue for a hidden immunity idol, which I have not told anybody about, because why would I want to do that? Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna need the idol this week, or probably even next week, because, you know, me being the survivor genius that I am, have decided to play both sides. Because if you play both sides, you can't lose.
I'm hopefully going to be looking this week if I don't get too busy. Because I think there's a good chance it's between Commons 1 and Commons 2.
I'm in the bookstore parking lot, in case you couldn't tell, and Commons is really far away, so probably just going to warp over there. So I'm going to see you guys in a minute. Alright, that was fast. We're here at Commons. Got my clue with me. It says to dig here, but honestly, right now I'm probably just gonna kind of like scout it out a little bit, because I'll be honest, really don't want to get my boots dirty per se, so I'm just kind of scouting it out a little bit. Ooh, that's trash. That's just trash. No. Not seeing anything. You know what they say, when the going gets tough, the tough quit and do something easier. So, on that note, I'm gonna call it a day.
Jacob called me literally like 5 minutes after I got off the phone with Jonathan and Will and all of them. And Jacob was like, he literally filled me in on everything. He was like, okay, what I'm about to tell you is like gonna change everything. And he's like, and I'm really trusting you telling you this, so like you can't tell anyone else. And I was like, okay, I won't. He basically was like, my tribe is gonna vote you out. He's like, and I don't want that to happen. So, because he has this idea that we need to make a 4-way alliance with me, Leah, Charlie, and Jacob.
My plan this whole time was I was gonna ride Dave's coattail going into the merge, so Dave is seen as the bigger threat, which he is right now because he's way more out there than I am. And this way, now I'm like a little lower, I can be like, hey guys, like if the people on the outskirts pull them in, say, hey, I want to get to the end with you guys. I think Dave wants a final 3 of him, Meredith, and Cassandra. That's what I would think. I think Meredith wants that too, honestly.
I think she does too, which means you and I need to start.
Yeah.
Thinking about that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I talked to Charlie about that. And he was like, yeah, well, he doesn't know anything about a trial. So I told him, he's like, yeah, it's good. Steve pretty much told me out. He's like, I need to do something. And so
I
like,
talked to him about that too.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm feeling on the outs too, but I don't know.
Yeah.
At this point, I definitely think it's a good idea to keep okay with Jonathan and Will, like to not make them mad and like not trust me. Like I want them both in the game still right now, as of right now. But like that's why this alliance is going to try and stay as quiet as possible. And I don't even know if I'm going to tell Sarah about it.
So we split it 2-2-2. Luke, me, and Kayla, which they didn't tell me about when they were blindsiding Luke.
And it's crazy to me that Charlie might even consider staying with us. If I were Charlie, I'd be so fast to hop over.
But thankfully, I'm an intellectual, and I thought this through. And so I've told Jacob and Dave that I'm going to be voting with them.
Yeah, like if you guys need numbers, since it's gonna be like pretty much even.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a little mistrust, so since I'm thinking about most likely flipping to your side.
If Leah doesn't flip and we don't have the numbers, then yes, I'm going to say that I voted with them.
Charlie believes he's in an alliance, and he is in an alliance, with me, Cassandra, and Jacob. And if the four of us are together, then he would have no reason to flip back over to his other tribe when he knows that those two guys are running the show.
I walked back with Jonathan, and as we walked back, we asked them about who they would vote off from their tribe if they had to vote someone from their tribe. And they mentioned Leah right away. And I knew that fact, like, that was like, all right, bet. Like, I can work with this.
Plan right now is to have Leah flip onto our side.
We're going to present the idea that, hey, when we asked Dave who from his tribe he would vote out, he said you pretty quickly.
And we want you with us. So if you join us, vote out Dave, you're safe, and we can continue to vote together.
And that's if Leah actually goes through and flips, which I want to believe her, but at the same time, she's got no reason to.
I have been talking to Kayla
Right.
and Sarah to reach out to them because my tribe wanted me to reach out to them to get them on the whole, get rid of your tribe.
Right.
They want you and Jonathan.
Okay.
I'm going to be straight with you.
Right.
I like your plan better. And after thinking it over, we have the numbers. Assuming you can get, because I've been talking with Kayla, and I texted her a little bit, and she was like, yeah, and she was like going along with it. She seemed to like, I asked her like, what are your thoughts and everything. So I think we're safe with her.
Okay.
I don't know what Charlie thinks, but I think you can get him. So if you can get Charlie, and that's 5 or 4. So I think we'd be good there.
Okay. We want Dave gone. That's just I basically sat and begged Leah. I was like, look, like we need you need us. Let's make this happen. I put the vote in her hands. She's not positive at this point.
If she doesn't, then we're screwed. We do not have the numbers anymore if she does not go through with this.
Dave and I talked to Kayla and Charlie yesterday about kind of how the vote was going down. And we went into the conversation still planning to vote Kayla out. But after we got done talking with Kayla, we weren't really sure about if that was the right thing to do. And we are still kind of convinced that we need to take out a big threat. I know that my name's on the line, but it's kind of a risk worth taking to me because it's not just a risk for me. I think it's a risk for the entire tribe because if I go home, Dave's going home next, so it's kind of a target on his back. And then obviously the original Feely will be left with less numbers. So I'm okay with putting the target on my back or allowing them to write my name down because ultimately if I go home, I know that the rest of my tribe is following me one by one. So it's kind of a decision that we have to make all together.
The original plan was for us to get Charlie and Kayla to both vote against either Will or Jonathan, and it didn't matter. And then all 5 of us would vote against Kayla, and hopefully we could regain Charlie's trust after that. But after me and Meredith talked to Charlie and Kayla, we realized that was a terrible decision. And we felt like they were really with us.
Hey, say hey.
What's good?
We basically wanted to discuss with you which of those 2 guys you would like out more. I believe the plan we discussed was to split the vote between Jonathan and Will. And we want to leave the decision up to you because you're their former tribe mates and you can make a better decision on which of them should go home. And honestly, to us, it's the same gamble whether either one's gone. So,
if y'all are up for it.
If y'all are up for it, of course, yeah.
I would say probably. It's gonna sound really mean, but part of me wants to just go with Will.
Okay.
Because Jonathan's not here, obviously. You don't get the satisfaction that you would.
So I know for almost 100% that Charlie's with us. Now, when it comes to Kayla, I don't know. She's too quiet.
Hopefully they believe it, and hopefully it works. Because if it doesn't, then I'm in trouble. So...
I expect some votes this week, which is challenging because like if Kayla, Jonathan, myself, Charlie and Leah do not vote together and I get the other 4 votes, then I'm out, like no question.
Will and Jonathan need to go home. They're definitely targeting Dave and me, and we know that us 4 are the biggest targets, and I think they realize that too.
Everything really rides on Charlie and Leah at this point.
The big players are Charlie and Leah. If Leah flips to us and if Charlie stays with us, then we're good. But if either of those people vote with Feely, then Feely's good. So it's a really interesting situation.
This is what we're looking at right now. So Jonathan and Will are for sure voting for Meredith. That's a fact. Charlie will vote for John. Jacob will vote for John. That's 2 votes Jonathan, 2 votes Meredith. Then we get to Will. Kayla writes down Will's name, and then the rest of the girls write down Will's name. Now this makes it a 4-2-2 vote. But if Charlie and Kayla flip, then that's 4 votes for Meredith, 3 votes for Will, and a 5-vote Jonathan, that's 2 votes for Jonathan.
Alright everyone, welcome to Tribal Council. This is your first Tribal Council as the Merge group. Jonathan is also joining us. As we all know, he's quarantined at home due to COVID, but he will be with us virtually all night. Jonathan, are you good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Awesome. Alright, let's get into it. Cassandra, walk me through your thoughts when I finally said those magical words you all have been waiting for, drop your buffs.
I was really excited because I was finally waiting for it and I didn't have to worry about not being able to be voted off before the merge. So I'm really excited, I'm really happy. I'm a little nervous for what's about to come, but
It changes the game a little bit because if you get voted out, it's still part of the game. But it's definitely really exciting.
Charlie, what are your thoughts on having to deal with a jury now? What does that look like playing into your game?
It's definitely, it adds another layer of complexity to the game, for sure. So
I wouldn't say it changes it too much because at the end of the day, you know, you're still here to survive and get people out and continue on. But it does make you think twice before you do something.
Now, Jacob, do you feel like Soa Feely is actually acting like a real merged group, or is it still very much Soa Feely?
I think it being week 1, obviously we're going to go towards the people we know best at first. That's mainly what it is, but we are like talking across tribes and stuff. But obviously, like, I have no idea what anyone on Soa does. So like, I trust people that I've seen so far right now.
Jonathan, would you agree with that? That even though you guys are merged, that you guys are still kind of trusting your original tribes?
Being on SOA, it's not a good time to try and vote with only SOA because we have 4 people versus 5. So the people that I know are the people that I played with, but that's not going to get it done this week. So have to step outside that a little bit.
So Will, Jonathan brings up a good point of SOA only has 4 people. How are you guys working through that, this obvious numbers game?
It has been a challenge to say the least. We've had to get a little bit creative this week and really do some hardcore strategizing. This has definitely been the most difficult week, no question about it. And I'll say I'm more nervous this week than normal, but I think we've got locked down on this a little bit, so, and it remains to be seen exactly how it goes.
Meredith, I kind of saw you shaking your head with some of what Will was saying. Do you feel the nerves, the difficulty, a new level in the game?
Absolutely. This is like the first tribal council that I'm actually like nervous because I mean we've been all together the past couple votes. It's been more so easy votes. We've all agreed on stuff, and this week it's been like, we all agreeing. Can we pull it off? It's just like, do we have the numbers to make this happen? And so it's just like, I don't know. We're all just kind of nervous, I think. I don't know if anybody's like calm right now, but I'm not by any means.
So Dave, your fellow old Feely member even though you guys have the numbers of 5-4 saying she's nervous, not sure if the vote is going to go through. Do you share those same sentiments?
I would say that I share those same sentiments, and I don't believe that Meredith is nervous about any one of us potentially flipping. I believe that what everyone's worried about right now is the hidden unity idol.
Yep.
And whoever has that and whoever plays that could completely switch up this vote and make someone that you don't want to go home.
Leah, you were shaking your head. Do you think that's what's causing the issues this week? Is that mysterious potential of a hidden immunity idol?
I think we've all been nervous about an immunity idol, but I don't think until we merged it was really a big worry. So I think we know it's out there. We don't know who has it. It could potentially mess with the game.
Sorry, that's my roommate. I know.
The other thing with that is we were told that Luke got voted out with an idol, but again, we weren't there. We don't know if that's true, if he gave it to someone, or if they had an extra one that we don't know about. So it's just kind of all the factors coming into play now, where it's 5-4 split between tribal lines, and so it's like if they have an idol, they can switch things up. We don't know, and it's kind of up in the air. Is like, okay, so in our tribe, we're like, oh, we don't really have one, but like, we don't know what's been going on in SOA for the past few weeks, so we don't know if they went together looking for something, if they're planning to use it together, or what exactly is going to happen, or if someone managed to find one. So it's very much up in the air of like, okay, what's going on with the idols, what's going on with tonight's vote. So it's very nerve-wracking to see what's going to happen tonight.
So Charlie, as a former SOA member on a currently Feely-dominated merged tribe, how do you work through this week to make sure you're not the one who's going home?
Well, definitely a lot of strategizing. And obviously, I can't say too much right now without giving things away. But you definitely have to kind of know the pros and cons of both sides and be able to think those through and figure out what's going to be best for you in the long term. So that's definitely pretty much what I've been doing this week, is making sure that I'm covered long term in this game.
Now, Jacob, clearly you have the immunity necklace. You are safe tonight from tribal council. Is this a moment where you think, I'm safe, maybe this is time to make a big move and put something on my resume?
At this point, I'm like, I wasn't too worried about getting voted out first week, honestly. So I wasn't too worried about that. But I'm just like, the whole week's just setting myself up. Long game, what am I going to do to get to the end? So the immunity idol, or the immunity necklace wasn't huge for me.
All right, guys, let's get some votes. Alright, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now is the time to do so. Alright, let's get to the votes. First vote, Jonathan. Will. Dave. That's one vote Jonathan, one vote Will, one vote Dave. Will. Dave. Will. Dave. Dave. That's 4 votes Dave, 3 votes Will, 1 vote Jonathan. And the 7th person voted out and first member of our jury, Dave. Dave, can you grab your torch, please? tribe's spoken. Thanks, Paul.
I'm shocked. I thought they were going for Meredith, but apparently they were all voting for me. I think Leah made a huge mistake. I'm pretty sure she's the one who flipped, and I respect that move, but I don't think that it was the right decision for her. They did what they had to do, and they saw me as a big threat, and I completely understand that. But I feel like they just gave Jonathan and Will the win, and I respect that. If they're at the end, I'd probably vote for them. But best of luck to Meredith and Jacob and Cassandra, and props to everyone who blindsided me. I mean, it was a good strategic move, I would say. Honestly, Survivor LU is the best thing that's happened to me since I got on campus. I really wanted to be on the season, and I'm so grateful I got to be a part of it, and now I get to be on the jury no matter what happens. So I'm grateful for the experience, even if it was more short-lived than I would have liked.